You need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
Yo, what's cracking, G's? G as in gamer, that is. What was you thinking? Anyway, today's topic is going to be gamers. Are we expecting too much as gamers? Okay, I see a lot of people complaining about a lot of the games that came out for next generation consoles, particularly all the ones that were promoted heavily, or as they would say, overhyped. Now, I'm looking at the reviews that people, not review companies, not game magazine companies, none of that type of shit. I'm talking about you, the consumer, me, you, the people, the little guy, the guy that buys the game and plays the game. I'm looking at the ratings that some of these games received overall, and when you look at the ratings, it makes me ask this question. Now, these ratings are generated from like sites like Gamefly and places like that. I don't want to get into too many names because I'm not getting paid for that. So anyway, these are people who actually write these reviews. So I look at the reviews and I say to myself, okay, are things as bad as people make them out to be? Are people really pissed off, or are people just undecided? So this content that I'm creating for you right now is to ask the question: are we as gamers spoiled, or are we expecting too much from our video games? Or should we just be content with what we get? Now, my point is this: until next generation games start coming out and they're not coming out for last generation consoles, because next generation consoles are technically current gen right now. It's been a year, so it's current generation. Now, when we start seeing games that are strictly coming out as current generation games, I'm pretty sure all of this time that we're going through all this bickering, crying, and bitching that everybody's doing, we'll be past it. But for right now, let's entertain our deal, because I want to know what you guys think. You got games like Watch Dogs, you got games like Destiny. These games were considered overhyped. You got people who are upset about The Last of Us remastered. Now you have GTA 5 being remastered and getting ready to get into this. People already complaining that they don't think it's going to be 60 frames. They don't see why they should get it. Things like that. So what I'm saying to you as gamers, are we expecting too much from our games? People who have played 60 frames per second on console and PC, I'm gonna include them too, because they're part of this as well. They're gamers. I game on PC. People are expecting 60 frames from every title now, and I'm sitting there saying to myself, we're not quite there yet. People want instant gratification. They're not satisfied with anything anymore. When Watch Dogs came out, I thought that was an excellent game. I thought Destiny was a good game, but people are saying it's shit, it's crap, it's a first-person shooter. And I say to myself, well, isn't that kind of unfair to say that you expect more from a first-person shooter than any other first-person shooter except to be good? How much more can you put into a platform title that's made a certain kind of way? If it's a run and gun from point A to point B type of game, how much more ingenuity can be put into that? How much innovation can we see? So this is what I'm asking you guys. Are we expecting too much from these games? I mean, look at it. Infamous Second Son. People rated that game a 8.4. This is people. I'm talking about you, the consumer. You rated that game at 8.4. But there were people who hated this game. Genuinely hated it. People who played on PS4 hated that game. And I said to myself, how could you hate Infamous? I never played an Infamous game in my life, and I thought that shit was dope. People hated it. The Last of Us Remastered got a 9.3. People hated it. There were people who were mad that it was a remaster. They thought it was the same game. They didn't like it. Things like that. And I said to myself, that's amazing. That's amazing. There's people that hated that. Destiny received 8.1. Who hates that game then? These are people who played it, and this is what they think, and this is what they're saying. These are honest opinions. So I wanted to make this video to ask you guys, who really hates these games? Do you guys really hate these games, or are you guys spoiled? Are you guys expecting too much from your games? Now, you got a game like Batman Arkham Knight. That's going to be one of the first titles that's launching as a next gen title. It's not acknowledging last gen, it's going straight next gen. Now, I believe when we get to that point in gaming around February, well, June, let's say next summer, because that's probably when we'll start seeing that happen more. When we get to that point, I think we won't have to worry about this. This will be something we look back at as, oh yeah, when those consoles first came out, because you know they get that console launch syndrome, and that's what happens. So I want to know what you guys think. Are we expecting too much from games? Are people being too hard on these games? Or are these games really shit? Give me your opinion, guys. I just named a few titles. So you got The Last of Us Remastered, we got Destiny, we got Infamous, we got Watch Dogs, we got Wolfenstein, we got Titanfall, another big one. People expected so much from Titanfall but were upset about it. They were upset that it wasn't innovation in that game. And I'm saying to myself, look at Call of Duty Advanced. That took stuff from Killzone, Titanfall, Crisis. I could go on and on about all the little things it took from all the first-person shooters. Now, how innovative is that? How much innovation can you expect from a game? This is what I'm saying to you guys, because you guys act like when you pop a game and you're expecting something you never saw before, and we're not at that point, I don't think. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are we expecting too much from our games as gamers, or are we spoiled, or are we just complaining and not happy no matter what we get? Leave your comment down below and let me know what you think.